The ironic thing about being seen is most people's fear, right? Think about a time, right, that you had to be seen, that you had to want to feel seen. We all want to be seen in some form of facet. I notice, and it's crazy because, like, a lot of times when you grow up feeling neglected, when you grow up feeling like you aren't accepted, when you grow up feeling like your opinion doesn't matter, when you grow up genuinely embodying the art of not caring or being standoffish or whatever the case may be, what tends to happen in those scenarios are you always start to overperform. You think you need to excel at everything. You think you need to compete. You think you need to do a whole bunch of bullshit. Because in all actuality, all you need to ever do is exist. All you need to ever do is just exist, bro. So you got to ask yourself this question too. Am I showing up every day as a version of myself that feels neglected, that feels non-accepted, that feels deterrent, that feels standoffish? Or am I showing up as a version of myself that is loved, that's appreciated, that has gratitude, that has a relationship with God, that is aware of a higher power, and in all totality is just being somebody that you can genuinely be happy with, right? A lot of times we think our fear of being seen is such a big thing, but really it's just you got to look in the mirror first because everything starts with you, right? A lot of people every single day are scared to look at themselves in the mirror. No matter if you got a cut, no matter if you well-dressed, groomed, no matter what the case is, bro. Because once again, we souls in a vessel. This meat on our body is just a human suit. But when you look in the mirror every day, you're looking at your soul or lack thereof, right? So that's why it's hard for you to look at yourself in the mirror, because you got to ask yourself when you look in the mirror, right? Do I like what I see? Am I genuinely proud of myself? Not is anyone else proud of me. Not is anyone else accept me. Not is anyone else scared or frightened or feared. Nah, bro. It's like, can I wake up every day and look at myself in the mirror and say that I love myself? I appreciate myself. I respect myself. Because when you want that for yourself and you show up and give that, right, and apply that, the world has no choice but to give you the reciprocation. And people complain all the time about what they not getting. But if you really truly respected yourself, you wouldn't have fuck niggas around you. If you really truly accepted and appreciated yourself and respected your peace, you would not let people come in and out of your life and play with you. Like, if you genuinely was focused on your goals and focused on success, you would not be hanging around bums and people that aren't going anywhere in life. So you got to ask yourself, right? Not ask your parents, not ask your friends, not even ask God, bro. Ask yourself. Ask yourself, am I showing up for myself every day? Am I in the gym? Am I eating healthy? Am I attempting to read? Am I attempting to feel my emotions? Am I attempting to do shadow work? Am I attempting to be the highest version that I can be every single day? Or am I just running from myself? Right? Because the more that you run from yourself is the more that you're going to go into psychosis, right? You're going to feel like I can't be seen. I'm not enough, right? All of these things are just scenarios that your brain loves to make up because your brain loves to find an explanation. When you're a man, your brain loves rationality, right? So what happens is when you keep feeding yourself these lies, right, that you don't want to be seen because it's not time, right? You don't want to be seen because of this and that and this predicament. It's all bullshit. Your brain has to create a scenario in which it will fit the reality of the broadcast of TV, right? And that's the funny thing. And I was the same way, which is why I can speak from this perspective. It's like, bro, I'm so fucking blessed and And I'm just so appreciative of God, and I really am just thankful in all actuality that I was even able to be chosen to do what I do every day, bro, because this shit is a blessing. Like on my worst day, on my most laziest day, on my most just on my days, bro, I just don't feel like getting up, doing it, working, boom, boom, boom. I always find a way to pick up this phone and give some form of perspective. I always find a way to sing. I always find a way to expand on my knowledge or expand on my perspective, just broaden my, viewpoint, and go towards the things that are uncomfortable, like going to the gym, eating healthy, speaking to new people I don't know, being in new environments and new spaces. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just doing the human things that are needed for your experience to expand. It's not always about how aesthetic it looks. It's not always about the feeling, right? It's more or less about what are you doing every single day for yourself to make yourself feel like more like yourself. I'm gonna say that once again because it could get misconstrued. What are you doing for yourself every day to make yourself feel like yourself, right? Because once again, you can only run from yourself for so long, right? You can only be someone that you hate for so long until you just deteriorate, right? And we know what happens after that, right? You can only people please for so long until you just can't do it anymore. You can only live as a shell version of yourself for so long until you just self-implode, right? Until you just like reach your breaking point. So you got to ask yourself, bro. And I had to ask myself this same question, like, what am I really afraid of? And it ain't even about just being seen, like in general. Why do I fear animals? Why do I fear uncomfortability? Why do I fear conversations? Why do I fear, certain things in certain instances, right? And when you ask yourself these questions, you start to unravel, right? You start to peel back them layers, right? Okay, so this happened to me, and this is why. And that happened, this also, boom, 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 right? Because once again, if you live your life based on fear, you're never really truly living. If you're living your life based on limitation, you'll never be able to super exceed those expectations, whether the expectations you put on yourself or the expectations others put on you, right? If you live in life in a box, you'll ever be only like, you literally, if you live in life in a fucking box, bro, you'll ever truly be able to see life from that little creek. You know how like you tie some shit up, you box some shit up in like a U-Haul, and you only like the tape only goes so far around the box, right? So it's like it might be a little crack, right, of a little window in the box. It might be a little small little aspect, right, of some shit showing in the box. That's what your viewpoint is. When you living in fear, when you living in agony, when you living in pain, when you living in imprisonment, when your solar plexus is closed, when you like your sacral, you just living out of unalignment, bro. You living in survival mode. You feeling like you're not enough. You feeling like all of these things. When in all actuality, bro, you everything. That's the whole premise of me making these videos. It's like the more you recondition yourself to know who you are, is the easier and faster you start to remember who the fuck you are and what you came here to do. But the more that you run away from that, the more that you continuously keep numbing that, the real version of you is always going to be sleep. The real purpose and real reason why you're here is always going to be undefined. And you'll always be so plugged and tapped into the matrix that it'll just feel like everything is going wrong. It'll just feel like you're always being fucked up people. It'll just feel like you're always the victim. It'll just feel like life is always going wrong for you. But once again, you're the creator of your reality. Ancient texts say this, right? Like this isn't just me saying, like, from perspective or the vibration I'm like emitting. It's not just me, bro. Like, you were made in the image and likeness of God. You were made in the image and likeness of the creator. Meaning that the power that was bestowed upon the creator to create the earths and heavens and the fucking universe, right? You have that same power within you. You have that same power within your tongue. You have that same power within your brain. You have that same power within your physical your physical vehicle that you use every single day. So what's stopping you from being that? What's stopping you from achieving? What's stopping you from going forward? It's you. You're your only limitation, right? We could talk about decisions, we could talk about mistakes, we could talk about all of these things that could plague you, stop you, hinder you, but all of it's bullshit. All of it is utter bullshit. It's giving you a leeway. It's giving you the ladder. It's giving you the excuse to not be yourself. Right? So the fear of being seen, brother, sister, whoever's watching this video right now, is a psyop. You are never supposed to fear being seen because you are supposed to be seen. You are supposed to speak. You are supposed to encourage, inspire by just being yourself, no matter what you're doing while doing it, right? No matter if you just reading a book, no matter if you're dancing, no matter if you're singing, right? No matter what the fuck you're doing, you are meant to be seen. And the more that you hide yourself, the more that you remain elusive, the more that you disregard yourself from reality and try to feel like you're just this sore thumb, right? Because it's all bullshit, especially when you're young, right? You're going to continue to keep feeding on that lie. And what's going to happen is you're never going to be able to receive those, if everything is a mirror, right? We're all mirrors. Life is mirroring everything that we do. And you truly believe that you were put here to not have a purpose, to not be the highest version of yourself, right? To not emit the frequency that everyone is supposed to emit, which is just living at the highest version of yourself. Once again, this always goes up and down, right? But the goal of life is peace. The goal of life is perspective. The goal of life is the experience in its totality, right? That means so many different things, and it's so universal for a reason, because that's the whole point of living, right? It's not supposed to be one-dimensional. So if you telling yourself, right, that you're already at the finish line and you haven't even started the race, you're basically cutting yourself off from the experience of life. So it's like you're waking up every single day and you're turning on the TV and it's saying game over, right? That's what you're doing, right? When you feel genuinely like you're not appreciated, not accepted, not loved, not taken care of, not cared for, right? Because once again, it all starts with you. Nobody can love you like you can love yourself. Nobody can take care of you how you can take care of yourself. Nobody can appreciate you how you can appreciate yourself. And truly, in order to be seen, you have to see yourself first. You have to look at yourself in the mirror first. You have to accept your flaws, your mistakes, right? The things that you wish you wouldn't have done. All of the bullshit. Accept it, own it, and move forward. Accept it, own it, and move forward. And stop being a fucking bitch and making a mistake. No disrespect, but I'm just saying, like, stop making the leeway. Stop giving yourself the excuse. Stop feeling like you can just always have this, oh, if this don't work, then no, fuck that. Life is yours. The world is yours. This is to be experienced. It's to be loved. It's to be lived. It's to be literally embodied, bro. That's the whole point of living. It's not your 9 to 5, bro. It's not your car. It's not your girlfriend. It's not none of that shit. It's just to be lived. It's to be experienced. That's it. Stop overcomplicating it. Stop feeling like it's more than what it is. And just live. Just live, bro. This is me speaking to myself, and it's me speaking to the world, bro. Just live. That's how you win in life. That's how you win in life, bro. By just living the human experience. I love y'all, man. Keep going. I'm out.